I mean, I think I want to, oh my God, what is that? Those creepy feet. Oh. Come to mama.
Yeah. What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rianne Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. I am down bad today.
Tough start to the Wednesday.
No, I am.
Hump day.
It's like so not hump day in my eyes. On Monday, I was on such a high. Yeah. And on this day, Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever fucking day it is.
On this day.
I went to the dentist yesterday and it has derailed my entire week. Genuinely, I have not felt good since I left the dentist. Half of my face was numb. Felt like half of my body was numb.
The pictures were really making me laugh.
The pictures were pretty funny. We can post those. I have no problem with that.
It's just a classic, one side of your mouth was numb and not moving.
Completely numb. My mouth was open for a long time, which it's used to, you know what I mean? But it was open for extra long at the dentist.
That actually bothers me the most because I have like bad TMJ.
Oh, TMJ?
Yeah.
And I went to the dentist and freaking had to get a cavity filled, and half my face was numb, and it stayed like that for 6 hours after the dentist. Like, I couldn't eat anything, I couldn't drink anything because I couldn't feel my mouth. It was lopsided, and it gave me a headache, and it has lasted, and because I couldn't eat, it's lasted into today. I still have a headache, and I freaking just want to lay down because when people complain about the dentist, it did. I was in such a magnificent routine every day. I'm in a routine now. I have like a great routine of what I do in the morning. I literally sound like Gwyneth Paltrow, but I wake up and I drink bone broth and I go about my day.
This is like, I wish normally I would be like, haha, she's joking. She's being dead serious.
Dead serious. She's
gooped her life.
I have, because there's a whole separate conversation, but it probably will help some people.
Yeah.
So everybody is always talking about bloating lately, like how bad they bloat. All the food in America is processed and it's so bad for you, and like you just bloat after everything you eat, no matter what it is. It could be vegetables and like you're bloating. I don't know why. And I've tried like bloating like pills before, like vitamins that are like anti-bloat, whatever. They always make me feel worse. And I've tried like green. I always end up feeling worse.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? This is like 2 weeks ago or so now.
Let's see what Gwyneth's talking about.
It wasn't even Gwyneth. I just started getting TikToks where like bone broth for your gut health. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to drink bone broth and I'm going to see how this helps my stomach, if it does. And it has helped my stomach tremendously. I won't lie.
Yeah.
After every meal I have eaten since I started the bone broth, I don't have this bloating pain. I don't have this disgusting feeling after I eat. I feel great.
Yeah.
So the bone broth is really helping me. So I've like really gotten to this rhythm of feeling excellent. Wake up, drink my bone broth, go to work out a little bit, eat whatever. You know what I mean? Eat healthy, but also have my great meals.
I know.
Do the whole shebang. Loving bone broth. The fucking dentist has kicked me off my game this week. And now I understand why people say they hate the dentist, because I was always like, whatever, I don't hate it that much. Yesterday derailed me. Yesterday took me off my feet. The fucking dentist, I'm coming for you. You ruined my day, and you possibly ruined my week.
Ruined the week.
You possibly ruined my week.
It really is when you get thrown off your routine. But yeah, no, it really is crazy. I don't know what it is. I do feel like, and how many times have we had this conversation, but the wave of 20s, 30s-year-old women on TikTok that are like, here's what you need to do to not bloat, here's what you need to eat, here's what like this. And I get all of those also. It's just like everybody's body is different, like
everybody.
Hormones, like it's really, I said to my trainer this week, I was just like, fucking sucks being a woman sometimes. He was like, I feel like, he's like, I mostly train women. I've heard it before, but I was like, there's just so many added elements. It's not just like eating well and exercise, or maybe like you majority try to eat well, because sometimes, it's not realistic to just always every meal is perfect.
No.
And and working out. And I'm like,
and we love a delicious meal.
We gotta worry about our hormones. We gotta worry about like being like birth control. We gotta worry about like just all these other added elements into like what makes our body change or fluctuate or it's just. I went on like a little bit of a
it's a freaking headache
of a rant. Yeah, I take those ritual. It's like the probiotic, but it's like this. I think they call it symbiotic. I don't know. It's like pro all the
probiotics,
probiotic, yeah, whatever the hell all of them are. But yeah, no, it is.
It's a tricky thing.
It is a tricky thing.
But the bone broth has helped me tremendously. I really have seen a difference. Like I don't know if it's placebo or what it is, but it's working
like
for
take
me.
what you get, even if it is placebo.
And
like, great.
Like I said, anytime I've tried like a vitamin or something, like it just I just feel worse.
Yeah.
So this has been awesome. So I am basically Gwyneth Paltrow.
Basically.
But Gwyneth Paltrow probably doesn't have cavities and probably doesn't have to go to the dentist and has half her face
she probably
numb
has a dentist coming
and has a headache for 24 hours because of the Novocaine. I've talked about how much I love Instacart and how useful it is in my life. If I need something delivered, Instacart's there for me. I got Happy Place, the Emily Henry book, delivered to my apartment the other day, thanks to Instacart. And sometimes when I need food, groceries, I'm using Instacart. Through Instacart, you get all your party food, decor, more delivered in as fast as 1 hour. No more heavy lifting or long shopping trips. Give yourself more time to prep with Instacart's delivered right to you and flexibility to pay now or pay later with Klarna. Instacart and Klarna make it easy to shop and pay now or later. You can shop and pay in a way that works for you. Start your cart on the Instacart app or instacart.com today. New customers get $20 off your first 2 orders of $80 or more per order when you pay with Klarna using Klarna20. That's Klarna20. Terms apply. See Instacart.com or download the app for more details and start shopping. Check out with Klarna to pay now or later. California resident loans made or arranged pursuant to a California financing law license.
You talked on Monday about falling, and I fell in my bathroom.
They came for us at the same time this year.
Had a bad slide, kind of went like Mary Catherine Gallagher, full like superstar. I sprayed my hair with heat protectant, and sometimes I just forget that when you're spraying things, it's obviously not all going on your hair, right? So like I normally just stand on my bath mat, no issues, but I had to go out of the bathroom because somebody left something at the door. So I had to go get something. Then I was going back into the bathroom and I just took a step, full slide, knee slammed against the ground, kind of like toppled over after that. I got a nice bruise going on the top of my knee.
Congratulations.
So I've joined the club. I just really wanted to feel that.
You wanted to get it out of the way.
Just wanted to feel that thrill.
I almost feel like it was my fault for talking about it. Kind of put it out there.
I know. Well, I'm hoping that was the bad one, you know? Because sometimes there's always one in public, though. There's always one in public.
You could fall so privately in your home, but
I know.
the public ones are the worst ones.
I haven't had one. I haven't had one in public. I don't think yet this year, but my knee hurts. I'm not gonna lie. I went to a Robin Hood benefit Monday night. That was really cool, but very funky ending, which I didn't share. I was saving it for this moment.
I couldn't come because,
but
the
dental
stupid
work.
dentist.
Yes, we were supposed to go together.
And I booked this like 2 months ago.
Yeah, we were supposed to go together. So I brought Joe instead. But it was a lovely evening. We were with Matt James and Brooks Nader, who's on the show today, and her family posts like finding out she got the fucking cover of SI, which was fun. And Brandi Carlile performed. Kendrick Lamar performed. Brandi Carlile has that song, "The Story," that just gets you every time you hear it. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
All of these lines across my
I probably
face,
like if I heard it from
tell
her
you
would
a
get
story of who I am.
No.
Ugh, you know it. I'm sure you know it. It's a great song. But it was a super fun evening, and then I went to the bathroom on the way out, and I'm in line for the bathroom, and this older woman came up to me. And, dressed to the nines. She had those big like YSL platform crazy shoes on. That was like the first thing I noticed. But she stopped me and was like, great event. I was like, oh yeah, so great. We were chatting, and then she's like, where do you work? And I was like, oh, I work in media spiel of when I'm like not really trying to have a conversation in line for the bathroom. I work in media. She's like, oh, I host, like, I'm an event planner. Like I host events for like big corporate CEO. She starts like throwing out all these acronyms I don't know, CEOs, CIOs. I'm like all these things. I'm like, cool. And then she hands me her phone and she's like, give me your number. I'll invite you to the next one. And I was like, sure. So like, I am putting my number into her phone, but I put a wrong digit as the last one, right? Like, cause I'm like, I'm not giving this lady my phone number. I give her the wrong digit. She calls it. She calls it in the moment. She's like, no. Is it ringing?
Oh my God.
Is it ringing? Like waiting for me to show cause my phone is in my hand. And so like I tried to like kind of hide it to be like, yeah. So I'm like, is it ringing? And then I was like, oh, it must not have gone through, like whatever. And she was like, oh, like double check. Oh. So then I felt the pressure to give her my phone number because I was like, oh my God, like in my head, I'm like, if I can block her, whatever. Like I think I might have to give her my phone number. Because she's waiting for this call to go through. We're holding up the bathroom line. Yeah. People are going around us.
You should have said, "Oh, this is my boyfriend's phone. I left mine at the table."
I in the moment I could not think of a good excuse, right. In the moment I'm literally giving this woman my phone number. I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And I change it. It rings. I'm like, oh, I got it. Like whatever. And then we both walk out, and I was like, oh man, that was so bizarre. And then I got a text an hour later that said, honestly, I deleted it because it freaked me out. I got a text that said, we should catch up and get drinks. Just that. We should catch up and get drinks. I'm like, I don't know who this lady is. I'm like, was she flirting with me?
Maybe.
Like, was she trying to take me on a date? I don't know.
How old was she? Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. I guess
my guess women. Would be like late 50s, 60s would be my guess.
What?
But I was just like, and literally the text came through my phone. I was like, and I just like deleted it.
That is so bizarre. Did you get her name? Did you look her up?
No, she didn't say her name.
She asked you who you were. You didn't ask her who she was.
I was not trying to talk to
her. Right. I almost
like without being rude. I was because the night was over and it was like time to go. And I was like, I wasn't trying to. Like she had said, oh, I work in an event. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like blah blah blah. And she literally shoved her phone in my face to be like, put your name in my phone. She was like, just write down like Robin Hood so I'll know that this is where I met you. I don't know. So
that is so bizarre.
It was really bizarre.
That's creepy. I wish you knew her name.
We should catch up and get drinks.
Catch up on what?
I have no idea.
You guys don't even know each other.
I'm like, do I know this? I'm like, does she know me somehow?
Oh,
like,
that is freaky.
I know, it was actually kind of bizarre.
Oh, that's bizarre. I would love to know this woman's name.
I thought maybe, like, I was like, is she on drugs? Like,
maybe you could like find pictures from the event, spot her out, get a name.
I know. In the moment, I was like, oh, I could have asked her so many.
There's nothing. I can't imagine something worse than if somebody gives you a number and they're like, I'm gonna call you on the spot. Who does that?
So then
just
also
text, say, hey, it's me.
The ladies behind me were like, are you good? Get this. As I'm changing the number to prove that it's calling. Mm-hmm. And I guess in the moment I could have just deleted my contact from her phone in this moment, but once again, wasn't thinking because I was like, what is happening? She was also behind me in line. She just goes into the bathroom stall. And I have her phone in my hand. She went and peed, and I was like, "What am I supposed to do right now?" I was holding her phone, and the ladies were lining up behind me. I was like, "Go around." I was like, "I got this lady's phone. Like, I gotta wait for her to come out before I can go in to pee."
Oh, that's creepy.
So then I gave her phone back, and she was like, "It went through." I was like, "Yeah, we're good."
Really bizarre.
So bizarre.
That's incredibly bizarre. And we will find this lady. She will find you. She's going to find you.
She will probably find me.
She's going to text you today.
She does straight up have my phone number.
She's going to text you again. I know she's going to text you again. Yeah. I'm excited for it. Yeah. All right, let's get into the topics for today. We also have a great interview with Brooks Nader and Camille Kostek. They are so lovely. We love them so much. And we're going to get into the topics. Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady. Rumors flying around about those two. Taylor Swift had a party at a recording studio. Matt Healy, obviously, a lot of
celeb guests.
Tayshia Adams and Luke from Summer House were seen looking at engagement rings. And we have behind the scenes pictures of It Ends With Us, Blake Lively, and her costume. We have thoughts about that. So let's get into the topics. I'm sorry, guys. I am struggling here.
No, you're good.
Struggling to
you're
get the words out of my
it.
mouth. Thanks to Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, we are seeing the greatest shows, concerts, sporting events this year. It's created by fans for fans. Game Time is the ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. Thanks to Game Time, we have all experienced great concerts this past year. I'm excited to go to Drake and 21 Savage this summer. Thanks to Game Time, it's possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. The purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds, and once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone, no printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text so you can get into the game seamlessly. Skip the hassle and enjoy the moment. Download the Game Time app or go to the website, enter email, and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. All right, let's start off with Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady, which I am not rooting for in any way, shape, or form. I'm actively rooting against it, and I really hope this isn't a thing.
I kind of feel like it's not. I mean, maybe, look, put my foot in my mouth. I did it with Pete Davidson. If you want to go back to the early stages of Kim and Pete, like when they were at Disneyland together, and I was like, they're just hanging out. They couldn't possibly be romantic. But that was wrong. And so now there's like these rumors circulating. Dumas posted it, and then some of the tabloids picked it up. But it does feel like maybe it is a acquaintance type vibe. Like I saw people posting that she's looking for property somewhere that he has property, asking questions, maybe some advice kind of thing. She's reaching out. They also have the same, like the people that she works with on Skims are the same people that work with Tom on Brady.
This may be a hot take. Kim Kardashian is so much cooler than Tom Brady.
Oh, for sure.
And I feel like he would be so lame in a relationship with Kim Kardashian.
I agree with what you're saying.
I think Tom Brady is incredidly lame.
As a person.
Phenomenal football player.
Yeah.
But as a human being,
he's like a robot.
I think he is so lame.
Talking personality-wise.
Personality-wise.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I haven't seen a lot of personality
Tom Brady,
out of him.
The football player,
Yeah.
is obviously not lame. But
Yeah.
Tom Brady is a human being.
Although when he gets drunk, remember at the parades and stuff, he kind of gets crazy. He seems like he might be fun.
Well, you
then.
can't be drunk all the time.
You can't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. Oh well, that person's so great drunk. Well, how are they just as a person? What's
Yeah,
their personality like day to day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anybody
Lame-o.
can have fun when they're drunk.
Right.
No, I agree with you on this one. I don't really know if there's any actual validity to like a romantic situation here. I feel like they're both obviously wealthy people, know a lot of the same people. Maybe she's really just looking for advice. I kind of hope that's all it is.
Maybe.
It would kind of make sense though.
These two together?
Yeah. As quote unquote lame as we think Tom Brady is, I do feel like he makes sense as a potential next Kim Kardashian suitor.
I just don't see it. I don't know why. I just really don't see it.
Super fair. I mean, I couldn't see him like hanging out with the whole family, but I do feel like,
Just two very
famous wealthy people really is all I'm going on.
That makes sense.
And that's about it. Attractive.
Taylor Swift was seen leaving recording studio, Electric Lady, I think it was called.
Yep.
Jimi Hendrix's studio.
With a bunch of people. Looked like maybe a little listening party of some sort.
Yeah, there was something going on. It looked like quite the crowd. I know.
So bad. Like, I just want everyone to know that, like,
You're fighting through it.
So unspeakable amounts right now. My head is in large amounts of pain right now. You know what I mean?
I've been there. No, I know.
Subtle,
I know.
Like a little subtle headache that you like. It hurts so bad, just like almost like a migraine.
You probably have a migraine.
Like you need to close your eyes.
Yeah, you gotta turn the lights
and
off.
The studio lights are just blaring in my face. That I'm struggling to get the words out. Okay, I am, and I want everyone to know that.
Yeah.
So if they say, you were just really off your game yesterday. You know what? I was because I have such an awful fucking headache. So bad. It is so bad, Francesca. Take the wheel. Take the wheel. Talk about the
Okay, you close your eyes.
Party.
You close your eyes for
please.
a second. We don't know what was happening inside the event, but this was Monday night in New York. They walked out together, so everybody freaked out. He like kind of has his hand on the back of her jacket. They're walking out together, but there were some other famous peeps there. Jack Antonoff and Margaret Qualley. They're engaged. Who else was there? Florence of Florence and the Machine. Flo.
I thought you were gonna say Florence Pugh. Yeah,
Yes,
I know. I know. Yes. It was Florence though.
I'm trying to think of all the other pictures I saw. Oh, Kendrick Lamar. There's a picture of Kendrick Lamar. He must have gone right from the event.
How did he make it?
He went right from the event I was at to this nighttime hangout sesh, whatever was going down. Then there were some rumors, like people on Twitter claimed that they saw Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz. There's a couple actors that I didn't recognize the names of that were there. And maybe a few others. Somebody from Japanese Breakfast. And yeah, I don't know. It seemed like Taylor just got some of her NYC pals together to get to maybe listen to something.
And meet her new beau.
Yeah. The fans who are very against this relationship are hoping that this just proves that maybe they are just like working on a project together. And it was like they had music. Taylor and Maddie had music that they were playing for other people. That's like theirs.
They're dating.
But they're dating. No, it's
his hand was on her back. These two are dating, and they want everyone to know it. Taylor couldn't make it more clear that she doesn't give a fuck what the Swifties think. She's dating Matty Healy.
She is,
and she wants everyone to know it.
Yeah, it's been definitely a little more public. I saw people comparing it to post Calvin Harris.
Who goes there?
I think post Calvin Harris, people just like open the door.
They just open the door of the studio like they fucking own the place.
Who was that?
I can't see.
We're gonna get a camera for that doorway, and we're gonna get a ring.
Well,
and
we are getting
who opens that door.
We are getting a recording light.
A Ring doorbell for our studio, so we can just see on the screen.
Yes, we so should. Is that illegal?
That would actually be pretty funny. No, there's cameras. There's not cameras all around the office.
There aren't cameras over here though. There's not any.
Well, we're getting a Ring camera. We're gonna see who enters this studio when we're not here.
We're getting a recording light though soon. Big red.
That'll be cool, but how much cooler would it be if we had a Ring camera and when we're not here, we're seeing who's coming into the studio to hang out?
That's a better idea.
Nobody thinks that's cool?
No, I think that's a better idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I 100%. I think that would be fun.
Thanks.
I love spying on people. What I was saying was people were comparing post Calvin Harris, I think, was when she dated Tom Hiddleston, and it was like so very in your face, where you were like, oh, this doesn't feel very on brand for Taylor. You know, he wore that t-shirt, the whole thing. And this kind of feels like that, where it's like she's out there, she's with him, he has been at like every show, continues to be having a good time. But yeah, this is not the last time we'll see them. They're hanging out in New York a lot. Taylor, it does feel like in between shows, and we're so used to not seeing Taylor around, because I feel like when she was with Joe, they were much more private. They weren't out as much. She was also in London and splitting time. Now I feel like between every show, she's in New York. She does her shows on the weekend, then during the week, she's in New York doing something.
Just maybe, this is what she's wanted. And how do you feel about some really Swifties saying that Matty Healy has given her more in the past 2 weeks of supportiveness than Joe has in 6 years?
Yeah, that's hard, because you just don't know what's happening behind closed doors.
You don't know how he's showing up behind the scenes.
Joe could be Joe could have been so supportive, just like preferred not to have it be public, you know? And on the opposite side of that is like, what's Matty trying to prove, you know? Like are you trying a little too hard? Is it really all genuine?
Maybe it is.
Yeah, I don't know. The guy's a walking red flag, but she knows that.
Yeah, and she likes it. Yeah. Apparently so.
Yep. During the prime spring season, you need wholesome, convenient meals to energize you for warmer, more active days and keep you on track for reaching your goals. Factor can help you fuel up fast with ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and tackle everything on your to-do list. They offer delicious, flavor-packed options on the menu each week to fit a variety of lifestyles, from keto to calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and protein plus. Prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians, each meal has all of the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long while meeting your goals. And if you're looking to mix it up, you can add a protein to select vegan and veggie meals each week. This May, get Factor and enjoy clean eating without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered right to your door. And the best part, ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/chicks50 and use code chicks50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code chicks50 at factormeals.com/chicks50 to get 50% off your first box.
Random, Tayshia and Luke.
What is going on here?
We're seen out looking for engagement rings.
At Tiffany's, there's a photo. You can see them clearly in the photo. Page 6 wrote that an eyewitness confirmed that they were 100% looking at engagement rings. The picture, she's kind of got like her left hand out. She's looking down at it. What? Like, is Tayshia gonna marry Luke from Summer House?
She might.
Gulbranson? How do you say his last name?
I don't know his last name. I've never even seen his last name.
Luke G?
But listen, they seem to be happy together, and clearly so if they're looking for engagement rings.
I know. Well, obviously she's used to a fast engagement, but
yeah,
maybe she's done it before, and
she'll do it again.
Luke could be the guy.
Could be.
It's just such a crazy connection. I would never put these two together.
Has she been engaged? Was she only engaged to Zach?
Yes. John Paul Jones did not propose.
I don't think so. I think they left the beach maybe together.
Yeah.
I don't recall that one, but
I do not recall him proposing.
Clearly, they're hitting it off. They're going to see engagement rings.
I know. It's just, I think as a viewer, it seems like a jump because last we saw was like, oh, they're holding hands at this Easter event or whatever that. What was it? Easter?
Oh yeah, they were at Lindsay and Carl's for
They
Easter.
were at the Rat House for Easter,
and it was like, oh wait, they're dating.
Yeah, that kind of seemed like the first time. But if you saw like other posts and things like that, you're like deep into following what's going on with these people. They have been spotted hanging out months prior.
Yeah. We also don't know how long they've been dating.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like people might think like, oh, that was kind of starting point time, which obviously would be like been like a month. Yeah. But I think it's been going on for months
Probably
and months
longer
and months.
than that.
So, yeah, it's just quite the pairing.
It is. It doesn't. I'm not too surprised by them actually. Just like reality show world, like when two reality stars meet each other, I'm not too shocked by it. It's just two different worlds.
I know,
two
and honestly,
worlds.
The more I think about it, like they definitely are each other's type.
Mm-hmm.
Like Luke is definitely Tayshia's type.
Yep.
And Tayshia's definitely Luke's type.
Right.
So maybe it really does work perfectly.
It's working for them right now.
I think anytime we get like crossover reality show blends, that it's like, whoa, you got Bachelor, Bravo combo.
They're crossing the universe.
There's not a lot of Bachelor, Bravo crossovers.
No. Usually Bravo stays Bravo, Bachelor stays Bachelor.
Exactly.
Now they're crossing over.
Exactly. I mean, maybe Reach, you could consider Gigi and T Bravo, a Bravo crossover with Tyler Cameron.
True.
But I mean, obviously that's not shit.
Did you see Gigi post all the pictures of the food that she feeds Kai?
Yeah.
And like everyone was just like, wow, so happy you don't just feed her almonds like your mom.
Yeah.
Yes. I almost felt like in her caption, she was like, if they're eating, we're winning. And I was like, that's beautiful because I don't think your mom looked at you like that.
Yeah, you could talk about this for hours, right? But it's always so interesting to see how people take things from their own childhood and either really want to repeat it or just completely flip on its head.
Yeah, like depending I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, like, and of course we watched only bits and pieces of those moments on Real Housewives when Yolanda was on, but having like catching those and then seeing it's like, okay, that's something that Gigi clearly wanted to maybe just completely change.
A good thing. I think it's a good thing.
And there's something very cute about those little kid lunches. They get their little
hearts.
section, foods in funny shapes.
No, they made me
like,
want
good
them.
for you. That's very nice.
I wanted them. Last up, we got pictures of It Ends With Us set filming in Hoboken or Jersey City, which I then looked up the street and saw how close it was to me.
Is it close?
Like 15, 20 minutes. It's not too far, not like down the block though. Not like I could just pop over.
Yeah.
I'm hoping like I just end up running into it one day.
Yeah.
But I am not a fan of what I'm seeing. I am not a fan of the outfits.
I'm nervous.
I am not a fan of the look.
I'm nervous.
I don't like anything I'm seeing, and I know I'm new. To the world of Colleen Hoover books.
Yeah.
But I think I have a right to say I'm not happy with what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous about it too. I'm not gonna lie, and I felt like I saw so many TikToks about this, and I completely agreed with so many people because so many girls started it off with like, don't get me wrong, I love Blake Lively, which is like exactly how I feel. It's like, this is not a knock on Blake Lively. We love Blake Lively. Like, could not love Blake Lively more. What we are seeing does not match the vision we all had for what this movie was going to look like. It's just the clothes are not it. I don't understand the outfits.
I don't understand the
feel
vibe.
like it matches Lily at all. The red hair dye job is just like not great.
I don't understand the outfits. It's not cute. It's not cute at all.
And it sucks to say because in no shape or form are these people old. Like, the actual people in real life are not old. Like, it's a crazy thing to say. But I think because we all expected these characters to be a little younger, it just doesn't fit. Like, even Justin Bell, like, it just feels like we're telling the story from the book at an older age, which I don't know why we decided to go with that route. Like, I feel like they could have honored the fact that they were, in the 20s it's situation.
Easily could have found actors that were in their 20s.
Yeah. So, which once again though, like, do you turn down Blake Lively being in your movie?
No,
you don't.
If Blake Lively wants to be in your movie, you let her be in your movie.
But we just don't. We don't like what we're seeing.
No, I don't at all. It made me upset.
Yeah.
But we'll obviously still watch it.
Absolutely, we'll be watching, but definitely.
Cautious.
Yeah. Did you see?
Don't worry, I'll get my eyes on the
By
scenes
the way,
soon enough.
last thing quickly. Did you see? And I kind of dug into this a little bit, and I don't think I really got the full story. But the After fans are very upset about this last movie. Very upset. They had to post a statement on Instagram because people are like coming for the crew and the cast and the studio. Like, people are coming for everybody, every single person affiliated with making this movie. And I felt like I kind of found the root of it, but it felt like for them to put out a statement, it had to have gone deeper. But I guess they're very upset that Josephine Langford is not really in the last one at all. And they're like, what are we doing? Did we replace her? Like, who's this new girl? What's the story? Then I also saw some people saying that like the author wasn't involved with the last one. But I couldn't get like an actual reliable news source of anybody saying what was going on. It was really just I'm like reading fan Twitter. I'm like, is any of this accurate? I don't know.
I'm gonna have to do a deep dive on that later today.
Check it out. You can go onto I was like deep into these Instagram comments.
I'll ask my younger cousin. She is obsessed with these movies. I bet she knows what's going on.
Please do, because I think the trailer came out, and funny enough, when I said to you, I was like, oh, the trailer came out. Like, can't wait. People were actually pissed.
I'll get to the bottom of it. We have to figure that out. We'll talk about it next episode when we find it out.
I just changed the sheets on my bed, and I am loving the Boll & Branch signature hemmed sheets. They are a bestseller for a reason. Boll & Branch uses the highest quality 100% organic cotton threads on earth. Each sheet set is slow made for a superior softness and a better night's sleep. They feel buttery to the touch and are super breathable, so they're perfect for both cooler and warmer weather. I like mine for the cooler months. I'm not the cooler months. It's now the warmer months, but it makes me feel cool. That's the power of these sheets. They're loved by millions of sleepers. They're so luxurious. They're loved by 4 U.S. presidents, and they have over 10,000 raving reviews. The Boll & Branch signature sheets come in 10 versatile colors in all sizes, all the way from twin to California king. They're made without toxins, free from synthetic pesticides, formaldehyde, and other harsh chemicals. Boll & Branch sheets fit the deepest of mattresses and are labeled with top and bottom tags, so making your bed is easier than ever. They'll also give you a 30-night risk-free guarantee with free shipping and returns on all U.S. orders. So sleep better at night with Boll & Branch sheets. Get 15% off your first order when you use promo code CITO at bollandbranch.com. That's BOLLAND branch.com, promo code CITO. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
All right, everyone, we are here with 2 very special guests. We are joined by the lovely, beautiful, sexy, hot Camille Kostek and Brooks Nader. Welcome back to the show, ladies.
Welcome.
What an intro.
Whoa. Well, you guys are quite distracting.
You guys
I'm not
walked in
going to
and
lie.
I was like, I said you guys look so cute, and I was about to say cute, and then I was like, cute does not do these outfits justice.
No.
I thought mine
really
were
went for
popping.
This
I'm
top
covered
is
up.
meant for 2-year-olds, but
Yeah,
you know.
we're on nipple watch.
just my
It's going to be
style.
hard.
I got a good angle.
Ready to pop,
Yeah,
so.
right in my face.
be careful.
It's hard not to look directly at us. I'm not going to lie. We're
That
right
was
here.
the goal. That
Yep.
was the goal.
Well, you guys are back in Sports Illustrated Swimsuit this year. Brooks, you were on the cover. Congratulations.
Woo! Thank
Camille,
you.
you have been on the cover a couple times before.
Just once.
Just once.
Yeah.
Sorry. I feel like it was more than that, but whatever. You have been on the cover before. How does it feel now looking at your friend who's on the cover now? Have you given her any advice, any words of wisdom, how to handle this moment?
I just saw Brooks for the first time since they announced the cover just yesterday, and I walked in and I just like my stomach had butterflies for you because it's was probably one of the best feelings in the world. And I think when I've done interviews before, I said I hope that everyone can feel this euphoric feeling. And watching Brooks' video, like I got choked up and like got chills for her because I mean I'll let her speak to that moment because it's
I mean, it was
unbelievable.
insane. I like actually don't believe it because I haven't seen it on stands yet, but like it's just obviously you go down in history with like all the icons like Christy Brinkley, Cindy Crawford. I mean, all those amazing supermodels that have been on the cover, or Kim Kardashian or Megan Thee Stallion or whoever it is. I mean, we're in such great company. And are you kidding me? Like Martha Stewart, Megan Fox, me, Kim Petras. I'm like, okay, ladies, it's kind of amazing. I'm
It's an
freaking
insane
out.
year. How did you find out about it? Did you find out very shortly before it was announced to the world, or?
Oh my God. I found out like the day before it was announced. Basically, I was in the Middle East. I was doing a shoot and then I went on a vacation and I came back and I was like, it's definitely not me because it comes out in like a day. So whoever's on the cover definitely knows. Because I feel like in years prior, like the cover girls found out like a week before. You know.
I found out 2 days before.
Okay, well, that's different.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit my story. My storyline.
No, I feel like they tell them just right before and then
Well, at least a few days. I mean, one day before I was like, I mean, it's
One day
definitely not
before
me
is
because I had no
crazy.
prepping. But, and then I was like on a shoot. It was the end of the day. I was like so ready to go. And they all just ran out, like the whole team, however many, 10 of them. And they all had the cover like blown up everywhere. And they were just throwing it in my face. And I was like, I thought that I like, you know, when you think like, what if I fainted and this is like a dream? And then I come to and this isn't real. It sounds so stupid. But I literally was like, actually, am I, like the lights were all in my face and I was like, am I starting to pass out or is this actually happening? So I'm sure you felt the same way. I didn't think it was
I'm
real.
like so happy for you. Like I'm like beaming. I like because I watched your video and it's you thought you were doing a photo shoot.
Yeah, I was literally, my knees locked and I was like starting to faint because I couldn't believe it was real. It was, and you know that feeling. It's just like, you don't believe it's real. I feel like it's really going to set in when I'm in the airport and I like see it at Hudson News and I'm like, oh, that's when it set in for me with my friends who got the cover in past years was like in the airport. After launch, we would be in the airport and we'd be like, oh my God, you're on the cover. So I'm probably gonna tell everyone, even the checkout and everybody.
Oh, as you should have to. I know. I was cracking up at your Instagram story of you holding it to the window washer.
Oh my God! I was like, it's me.
He was like, what, literally hanging off those rafters.
Yeah, I was like,
outside
don't
his
get too excited.
He's like, yeah, cool.
I told everyone yesterday. They were like, don't tell anyone until it's launched. And I was literally like, I need to go outside at 6 a.m. and tell like the pigeons and I don't even know who else. Like, because I had to tell someone. I had to get it off my chest.
So cool.
Yeah.
Have you even slept at all?
Honestly, no. Like I have the covers that they surprised me with blown up. They're like all over my room. And when I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck? Is that really me?
Yeah.
But no, I haven't slept. It's like a whirlwind. The whole launch weekend promoting the issue. It's like start to finish, especially if you get the cover and have a packed schedule. It's just like, it's almost like your wedding day times 7 days because you just black out.
Yeah.
Well, we got so excited
cool.
because we obviously had this on the schedule for a few weeks now. And we were like, Rhea and I just kind of always look at the list of people and we're like, we want to have our friends. Yeah. And so we're like, can we have Camille and Brooks come together? And they were like, yeah. We're like, awesome. Great. And then we see the cover and we're like, oh my fucking God, she got the cover. Like, we know how to pick them.
Yeah, so cool. You guys really predicted that shit. Yeah,
I remember
amazing.
when Camille got it, and I was like, I just had this feeling, and I remember telling you this. I was like, I just had this feeling.
She really
that
did.
She was going like, I just felt you were going
wild.
to get
I
it.
didn't
Like,
even
weird.
I didn't even have a feeling.
like I don't know. Like I just felt it, and then you have been. I mean, both of you like. I don't know anybody who travels more. Like I'm just confused. Like how
your travel is
insane.
People call me robot. They're like, hey bot, hey sexy bot. Yeah, like you just beep beep.
Well,
beep,
I'm
beep.
just confused.
We're like,
how
where
you
in the
keep
world
up
is
with that
Brooks
thing.
Nader? Like you're in the Middle East.
I don't
you're
even
in the
know.
Maldives, You're in New York.
How do
like,
you keep going? Like, do you know what time zone you're in? Like, you are traveling at a pace I have never seen before.
I like should get rid of my apartment at this point because I'm never there. I like don't keep up. I basically, my trick is like whenever I get on the plane, I just get on the new time zone immediately. So like I took off for the Middle East at like 9 a.m. here and I was having like a Xanax and a bottle of red wine and that was perfect.
Yeah.
And like a steak. Like it was dinner. And I was like,
that's the plane
That's the
concoction.
thing. And then you wake up and then you're on the time zone. It's like perfect. That's what I do wherever I go. I mean, that's what helps me. But I don't know. I just try to stay sane and don't.
I know. How was your vacation?
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was amazing. I mean, I had the best time and I was just living my best life.
Seems
Getting
like
a natural
such a
tan.
far part of the world to go to. Like I'm always like, that looks nice, but will I actually
It's so
travel that
far.
far? Probably not.
It's so far. I mean, go to the Bahamas.
Yeah,
it's
right?
a little easier.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful, but it's very far.
Exactly. So, Camille, where did you shoot for this issue?
the Dominican Republic, and I've shot in the Dominican in the past. It was just a different part, but I was talking to the guys about this. It literally looks like we shoot on green screens. Like you could probably shoot in a studio in New York City. The places that we go to are so picturesque. Like it's unbelievable, and it makes sense now. We go there, we work with the Board of Tourism, and then it makes people want to go there because these places in every which corner of the world are unbelievable, and we get to be the ones to help model it. Our job's really fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Super easy. Actually, it's funny that I was like, oh my God, me and Camille are doing this podcast together because we were both in the Dominican Republic for our shoot, and we're both really scared, even if it's like a beautiful hotel, whatever. We both get really scared sleeping. We've been on shoots before in Mexico where
We like
we're
company.
We sleep together in the same room, and so we were like, it was like we were an old married couple. Like we were laying in bed, and I'd be like, "Good morning, honey. Good luck on your shoot. Like have a good day." And then she would say the same to me, and it was just so mama of us. We would like be in our slippers walking around.
She had tea. We made tea together.
We had a kitchen.
Yeah,
it was cute.
every night.
beautiful.
She was like, "Your room or my room?" I was like, "My TV doesn't work right now."
Having company is nice. Me and Devin
Rhea and
sleep
Devin are like
together
that.
when we go on tour because we're afraid as well. And then they're like, why don't we just like get you guys one room? And we're like, no, like we want two rooms, but we're gonna sleep together.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You're like, I need my
Exactly.
closet room.
Right,
and
right. You need to get ready.
Yep.
And then
Of
like, I'll see you
course.
back here soon.
I'm like the opposite. I just want quiet, be in my own bed, not talk to anybody.
I'm the complete opposite.
Once like the clock
both.
strikes a certain time of night, like I'm just nobody talk to me.
I can always be
I'm the
around
opposite.
people. Like
Same.
I could sit comfortably in silence with somebody else in the room. Like
Me
that's
too.
what I enjoy.
That's what we
Like
did.
Yeah.
we know
I
we
was
don't have
going
to
to
speak.
say.
We know we don't have to speak to each other, but like we can go like an hour without talking, and then one of us talks, and then all right, little conversation, go back
And
to not
then
speaking.
Yeah.
just comfortable silence.
That's why it
100%,
works. When
it
she
works.
has to sleep, she'll be like, "Do you want to have a sleepover?" The sleepover means Brooks will be asleep already. I'm gonna come in.
She's gonna be up all
I'm
night.
gonna drink my tea she has for me, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
But it's really cool
Yeah.
to think about. You woke up and she left me in her bed while she went off to go shoot the cover, and neither of us
No
knew.
idea. I know. She was like, have a good day at work, honey. Like, see you later. And we also like, I'll FaceTime my man, she'll FaceTime her man, and we'll put them on FaceTime together, and we'll be like, open up every closet and every door. We know you're hiding a bitch in there. We know you guys are hiding someone in the closet. And they'll be like, bye, click.
Yeah, we're totally hiding somebody in the closet
they're like-
while our girls are shooting SI swimsuit. That's
Brooks will
definitely
never
what's
know.
happening.
Never
Brooks
know.
cracks me up. She'll get on. She'll be like, "Rob, who's that in the background?"
I heard something.
And he'll be like, "The TV."
He's like, it's Ralphie. I'm like, prove it. I don't believe you.
Or if you FaceTime and they like don't answer that immediate second, but they call you right back, and it's like,
Cheater.
Oh, were you shoving her under the blankets?
Yeah, no,
That's what was
literally,
happening.
literally.
We're all the same.
We're like, open the curtains. She's fucking behind there. I know it.
That's so funny.
And like Billy will have his retainer in and be like, okay, everybody to bed. Bye. I'm like, he's definitely not fucking anybody.
That is
Oh
too
my
funny.
God.
You guys are both like crossing off bucket list moments in your life. I feel like, you both have gotten the cover now. Camille, you have done a lot of TV hosting, things that you have dreamed of. What's something that you guys both have not quite got there yet, but is like, that's next in line?
A podcast. I talk so much on
Really?
people's podcasts.
You would be perfect for your own podcast.
Do you want to know why I won't do one? Why I haven't done one is because I don't think I have anything left to say. I've left it all out on the table, and everyone else.
Guess what?
Camille, I was going to
Guess
say
what?
a podcast
what?
is very
Actually,
attainable
really
for you.
Also, guess what? You may think that. And we have those moments all the time. There's always something else to
I'm
say.
like, well, I just be so like redundant over and over and over and
Trust
over
me,
again.
You should have a podcast.
Listen,
Will you
you
come
always
on
have
it?
something to say.
Yeah,
you
I'll
talk
come on
every
it.
day,
I'll
don't
come
you?
on it. Yeah, you always have something to say about everything, and that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I have nothing left to give to this world. Like I've given
Yeah.
it all, and then I come in the next day and I just don't shut up. So
I love that. I don't know if I could have a podcast. I mean, I think I want to. Oh my God, what is that? Those creepy feet.
that's
oh, is that
God.
is that Dobby?
it's Dobby.
That scared me. I was like, is that someone's baby? Oh my God. Is it okay?
Oh, that's Dobby from Harry Potter.
Oh my God. That's my grandma name, Dobby. That's cute. That's worse. That's worse.
You want him to
Anyways,
sit next to you?
like I'll take her. It's my grandmother's
Him.
name. Oh, it's a him. I don't even know.
From Harry Potter.
I don't watch Harry Potter. Come here, baby. Come to mama.
Perfect.
I hate this little doll.
I'm your censor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to blur this on YouTube.
Dobby was literally broken.
Explicit.
Oh my God, both.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Dobby.
It's all Dobby. It's all Dobby's
Oh,
fault.
Dobby.
He's perverted like that.
Okay, you were saying what something you
I
want
was
to do
saying
next.
I am really into like movies. I'm a huge movie buff. TV. I've been in a movie before, but obviously wasn't the lead. It was a horrible movie with Sylvester Stallone, and it got really bad reviews. So don't watch it. It's called Backtrace. I was a nurse. Whatever. It's
What was your role?
Lisa Orderly. I was a nurse, and I like walked up, and he was missing from the hospital, and I was like, we have to shut down the unit now. And I just like started sprinting. It was so embarrassing.
Watch it.
But I feel like I want to get more into that, like TV, movies,
Yeah.
all that. My sisters all live in New York, so we're like all getting into that world together. And that's been a goal of mine forever. So, I mean, I love modeling, but also it's kind of like tough for people with big personalities like us that don't want to just take a good photo. That's why SI is fun, because it's like
Yes.
video
Yeah.
and it's photo and it's launch and it's press. It's not just like one photo. You know what I mean?
I always, when I like love hanging out with Brooks and Billy, I am like in love with
The right one. Continue.
it's like it's like a running joke. I love to just be a third wheel and just watch
us.
Brooks and Billy just like be themselves. And I always say, you guys need a show. like you.
She's like,
and
I
plus
just
your
like to watch
sisters.
you guys.
I say this all the time.
She does.
I think that Brooks and Billy are so funny.
Mainly
and then
me.
yes. No, it's the way
He can't possibly compete with you.
no, Brooks is hilarious. It's the way that Billy responds and like reacts.
Yeah, he's just thinks I'm ridiculous. I'm like, you chose this life.
And then you and your sisters, like you got it. I want to watch that show.
All of them. No, yeah, it's fun. I mean, we have a lot on our list. I feel like you're always doing new things. So am I. So
I get bored easily. Like
me too.
I just don't like to do the same thing. I like challenges. Like acting scares the shit out of me. So actually, it just
But it was so good. I feel like we haven't seen you in person, and you did a Ryan Reynolds movie.
that
Yeah.
and you want to know
Got
what
better reviews than mine.
Movie flew under the radar.
that's one of those things where, you know, when that audition came through, you know, my agents were like, you should get some acting classes, you should whatever. I was like, no, I'll be in my head too much. Like, let me just do how I feel bombshells meant to be portrayed. And I just went for it. And then I got the call back, and I did the call back in front of Sean Levy, who, you know, if you don't know Sean, he's unbelievable and has done a lot of movies you probably love and Stranger Things. And he gave me a couple corrections, and I was like, I literally said to him, no wonder you're a director. You're really good at directing, Nate. And I was
pretty good at this thing.
Yeah, and I left, and I was like, you know what? That was the best acting class of my life. Then I learned a lot. Never in a million years thought that I booked it. And then when I got the call, I was like freaking out. And then, you know, that was so fun. It's so fun because, it's fun because when I go and I host a show or I go on a podcast or we model, like I feel very relaxed. It's still like nerve wracking the night before and stuff, but acting, like I can't sleep like the month leading up to the day, and then the night before not sleeping at all. And I know the lines and I'm running the lines, but it's not just memorizing, it's embodying that character. And that's the complete opposite of acting or being a model. You're being yourself most of the time. So it's a challenge, but I like it. I like things that scare me and are challenging, because I feel like when you reach, I don't know, this point in your life, you know, not many things that are like learning how to ride a bike again. And that's what that is for me.
How did you find out you got that role? What was the process like of finding out the call?
Who called me? I think a casting director in Boston called, and I've done so many auditions over the years that I just, I don't know. I started to become friends with her because I had auditioned so many times and just wasn't landing anything. And then she finally was like, you landed Free Guy, girl. And I was so excited. I was like screaming. I was like, is this real life?
But
and
like that,
that's
that's such the acting way. It's like you can do so many things, and it's just
People
like,
love that movie.
that one.
Oh my gosh.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
was
good one.
great.
I love that movie.
I love it.
Yes. It definitely was a movie where you like watched the trailer and you were kind of like, what is this? Like you were
Definitely.
like kind of confused. And then I remember watching the movie. I was like, that was really good.
The more I've seen it so many times now, but the more I watch it, I like see something else, because there's so much detail,
Yeah.
like the video game characters and everything,
Yeah.
and then there's lines that you might not have heard, and then you start to piece it together, and it's pretty interesting, especially since I feel like so many TikTokers and people are talking about how we live in a simulation. That's literally what the movie is about.
Right, exactly.
No, it's
About waking up from
Kinda
the
creepy.
simulation. Yeah.
Weddings and formal events are so much fun, but the cost of attending them adds up quick. Flights, hotels, gifts. With Indochino, your husband or boyfriend can look sharp all wedding season long without the insane expenses. With a custom fitted suit from Indochino, you'll create priceless memories without costing a fortune. So this is great, guys. You can customize every detail from the suit on the suit, so the shirt, dinner jacket, and more in a range of colors. You can go with the traditional black or gray, to a burgundy or olive, to a classic Hemsworth navy. Every suit is made to their exact measurements, and you can customize every detail. They also have tuxedos starting at $579. Why have him rent when you could buy a custom tux that he can rewear for years to come? With Indochino, he can get a superior wardrobe personalized to his style and taste without the luxury price tag. RSVP knowing you've got the perfect look all wedding season long from Indochino. Go to Indochino.com and use code CHICKS to get 10% off any purchase of $399 or more. That's INDOCHINO.com, promo code CHICKS. When's the first time you guys met? Do you remember?
When you did Swim Search?
I guess.
So I won Swim Search in
The year before me, right?
what year did you win?
I think I was 2019.
Okay, so I won 2018.
Yeah.
And then passed the crown to Brooks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
Now with the swim search, do you guys think it's getting a lot harder because there's so many different avenues now? Like I feel like with TikTok really exploding, that opens up a whole other range of people that are going to enter themselves. How does somebody stand out if they want to be a part of it?
I mean, I think that like, you know, with TikTok and all the new, I sound like an old lady, with all the new technology and everything these days, I feel like SI Swimsuit likes to meet people in person. They do the video submissions, but then they'll do like Zooms and interviews. They really like vet everyone that they put into the magazine. So I feel like when I did Swim Search, it was like a physical stand in line situation. And like, I don't know how the team did that because there's only so many of them and they would literally speed date every single person. And so that was, I think, honestly, maybe harder from my perspective, being in person, like flying out to Miami at 19 with no money, like the whole thing. Now I guess it's easier for people to just submit a video. I think that so far, like, you know, they've done such a good job of vetting everyone and making sure. I mean, there were some people when I was interviewing swim search candidates in Miami that I was like, oh my Lord, because you know, you meet everyone. Like they had the models one year speed date with talent and see like yes or no. I definitely got some death threats after saying no to like a couple people, but I was like, it was hard.
That's a big responsibility.
It's hard to be on that side, especially coming out of being in that position.
You want to say
being
yes to everyone.
Yes.
Like I was like, oh my God, but her husband is like, you know, this, that, and the other, and they're so cute together. And they were like, you can't say yes to everyone.
Do you
like,
have to say no to their face?
No, but they know who they interviewed with, so they remember. But I mean, you know,
they never forget.
Yeah, I mean, it's like tough, like you said, like being on the other side. I interviewed with Christy Brinkley, so I was shaking in my boots.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, she's gonna be like, who is this little troll? Yeah. So, but it all worked out, and she said yes. But like, you know, that decision is so important to someone else's life. But you know, it's a really fun process. I actually miss the in-person swim search because I feel like since COVID, they've been doing more virtual. Yeah. But it was actually fun. That's like my favorite week of the year because I remember being on the other side and I remember both of us crying whenever the girls who got the top 16 found out because we were in their shoes. It's just insane. Yeah.
Oh, you can feel everything. I remember, were you on stage with me when I announced the names? Or did we take turns?
I don't remember exactly how we went, but we were all on stage.
We always say like, it feels like the first year every year that we shoot and then we go back and we think about it and I'm like, oh my God, so much time has passed. Like you don't realize until you stop and reflect, which I'm trying to do a lot more in my life. But I remember we walked up on stage and we had to announce like the top 15 or 16 at the time. And you hear it all the time, how everybody says energy is everything because it really is. And in that moment, anyone who says it's not needed to be in that room because every body, every face, you could feel it. And I was like, I'm sweating, I'm crying, my heart's shaking, I'm nervous. Like we could pick up on everyone's emotions. And I just started crying, saying everybody's names and like shaking. And I was so fine. Like you know, I had my spot was secured and I got to do the best part, which was announcing the names, but you knew that it was going to break some hearts and, you know, crush some dreams in the moment. But, you know, for those people who got up and kept trying, you know, Katie Austin is a girl in the magazine who's, I don't know how many years that she tried out for Swim Search, but she did a couple times. There's a lot of girls who have come back year after year, and that's really...
Yeah, some people like, you know, won't make it one year. Like Tanae White was the same thing, and then she made it the next year, you know? So you do need to keep trying because I do feel like it's also like a little bit of muscle memory for like the team. Like they're like, oh wait,
totally.
I remember you were really nice. And then if you just keep showing your face. But yeah, they have a really good swim search class this year too of like the top, I forget how many there is, but they have a really good one.
I cannot believe
it's always great. Every year we look whether it's people that we recognize, like people we recognize,
but
or
we had
like
our sights.
But you had our sights on us.
How do you guys feel or navigate when like, because you guys have a ton of friends that probably want to be a part of it, right? And they probably ask you, oh, like, how can I get involved? And how do you tell people the same thing? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to crush their dreams.
Yeah.
But you also have to be honest and be like, I'm not going to get you in.
Right. Well, it's kind of true. Like, we can't get anyone in to SI Swimsuit. Like, it's like literally not in our hands. So I tell anyone that reaches out to me, like, I did Swim Search and I'm on the cover, so do swim search.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's like, it's a great avenue for people who aren't with a modeling agency, or, I mean, even if you are with a modeling agency, like I just told this story the other day, like I remember vividly the second I got the cover, it was like I was dying, my life flashed before my eyes, like my modeling career flashed before my eyes, and I was like, oh my God, I remember my first agent, which was a very reputable, prominent agency in New York City, was like, I wrote down my goals, and like number one was Sports Illustrated, and they were like, okay, so we're talking realistic, we're not talking like far-fetched goals. This isn't realistic for you. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's why I went to Swim Search. So I was with a modeling agency that had models in the magazine, you know, like that SI worked with, and so they told me like, absolutely not, that's not realistic. Obviously, I sent them a signed copy. Left them. I was like, see ya. I actually did it. And of course, they were like, our girl, like posting on their Instagram, you know, in SI swimsuit.
You're like, well, I'm not your girl.
Yeah, I'm like, and here's my lawyer. No, but it was kind of like, I tell people that all the time. Even girls that are with agencies are like, I haven't been able to get in. What's the deal? I'm like, you just got to keep going. Like, come to Miami and do swim search. You're not like above that because you're with a big modeling agency.
Well, and
you know?
I think another thing that comes with it is when you, a lot of the times, the people that reach out and ask questions, it's usually not my friends. My friend group's super small, and I think that we all get along because we have a lot in common that we like to talk about, but not a lot in common like career-wise. Like we're all, like me and my girlfriends are all so different. I met you in this industry, so of course we have that in common, but like my people from back home, the girls I went to college with, grew up with and stuff. But a lot of the people that message me will ask me that I don't necessarily know but want advice. I find that there's a common denominator. They assume that I have something that they don't have going into it. For example, they'll tell me like, I don't have an agent. And I was like, neither did I. Or I don't live in New York or LA. Neither did I. I don't have a lot of money. Neither did I. But you make it, or I don't know a lot of people. I don't have a network, or I don't whatever. And I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. So many people think that Rob opened up doors for me with Sports Illustrated. And actually, it was so forcibly the opposite, in the sense that we were broken up when I got into Sports Illustrated Swimsuit. MJ had no idea that he was my boyfriend. We actually ended up getting back together later in the year. And I think I had asked if he could or no, he didn't even come to launch week for the first few years. I think like I might have FaceTimed her or something, and she was like, is that who I think it is? And I was like, yeah. She's like, I had no idea. And also, even if, let's say they did, he was never going, like, I never wanted him to be a part of the conversation. If there was any red lines when it was time to do press tours or anything, like, it was like, that is a no question. Ask me anything else. Don't ask me that. And because this has been something that I've wanted for so long, but ultimately everybody wants clickbait, and it's so easy to say Rob Gronkowski's girlfriend, and that is so frustrating to me. It's actually something I wanted to bring up because I feel like Kristen Harper has talked about it on this Women in the League podcast. Will that ever stop? Like, can that ever stop? A woman who works so hard in what she does but happens to fall in love with somebody like that, that becomes your title forever and always. Does it ever end? And it's something that I've literally had to sit with myself and like battle over. Or if we were to ever break up, like, do I have an identity anymore? Like, I work my ass off, and I get a little emotional about it because it's just frustrating a lot of the time. And I love him, and I will talk about him, and it is what it is. But that shit pisses me off. Like, I can't believe him. I have to bleep me out, but I'm just over it. And don't even know how this went this way, but maybe it's because when I wake up in the morning, it's on my Google alerts, and it's just knock it off, guys.
I will say this though, as somebody who has followed you for years and years, and if people have followed you for years, they know you so separate from that. Like, I know you as somebody who has like manifested this life and has like this great energy, and is always talking about on your Instagram stories or just Instagram in general. You're always like, I'm journaling, I'm putting this out there in the universe, I'm working hard towards my goals. And so I have always seen you as somebody who has just fully worked hard themselves and has worked towards their goals for years and years, even since you were a cheerleader before that. Like, I just see you for you. Like, I really do.
Well, and I'm noticing what helps me. Well, I'm over it now. That's why I'm kind of saying F it. And it is what it is. And I keep saying that too. But what has allowed me to continue to just do what I do and let the media speak is that I lean into people like you and like loyal friends and family and or listeners or whatever it is that know me for me. And it's just like, something internally. That
No,
I'm just
it is right. You are right though, because it does happen often, and I do feel like it is like people just want what they assume is going to be the headline, so they just go with like somebody's girlfriend or somebody's boyfriend. They just like pick whoever they deem to be the more clickbaity name, and it is pretty ridiculous. And I know people really fight against that, and people will share. I know a lot of women that'll like share those headlines and be like, "This is my name."
Yeah.
I'm not like wife or girlfriend or ex. Like, so
You have made such a name for yourself.
Totally.
Like, I hope you know that. And I'm glad. I think you do know that.
You did it on your own.
No,
like
totally.
I didn't know who that was until we FaceTimed him. I mean, I think
it was something I just got off my chest at this moment.
yeah, no, I felt very cathartic.
Honestly, good because that happens to me all the time. Like I'll start talking about something and something else happens, and I'm like, I don't even know how I got here, but it feels really great.
I a little
that it
bit
came out.
regret saying it, but at the same time, like I'm kind of sweating right now in my insides. But
don't.
fine.
But it just
Don't,
whatever.
because it's really not a crazy
it's
thing.
good. You
It's
got it
not a
off.
crazy
No,
thing
you
to say.
should say it if
And
it's how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's there's so many women who agree with you because it's not like you just said something that nobody has said before.
Yeah.
Like there is an army of women who support you and believe that that is exactly how people should look at it because that happens.
I'm not gonna lie, like his name wasn't even coming to my mind talking to you. Like that wasn't
No.
wasn't even gonna come up in the conversation. You know what I mean?
I don't even know how it just did.
I'm like, wow, we got really sidetracked. But okay.
Yes, I know.
we
Well,
love
no,
you.
because people assume that like if they message you like to get involved in modeling, it's like, well, I don't have an NFL
That's how
star
I was.
boyfriend.
I was like, where did
That's
we
what
get
it
here?
was.
It was
Yeah.
that question.
I don't have an NFL star boyfriend. How do I get
Neither
involved
do
in-
I, and I'm
Yeah.
on the cover.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
No.
I love
No.
that Brooks is
Yeah.
thrown in. I'm on the cover.
I'm on the fucking cover.
I know.
should-
As
I
you
put that in
should.
every
As
sentence.
you
How
should.
about my
She's like-
therapy session? I don't have a therapy session. I don't date an athlete, but if I did, I would be like you and
Yes.
say, "Excuse you."
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with their decision, with SI's decision.
No.
Yeah.
And
That was my
anything.
point.
And if
It's-
anything, it makes it harder because then they'll be like, oh, there's gonna be the backlash of like the wags or this or that, and so you have more to like odds against you with modeling to get those big jobs because people have the stigma. But trust me, everyone loves you for you. Obviously, SI met her.
yeah.
I didn't know who she was dating. I didn't care. I just liked her for her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
so
think
did SI. You know.
But
like,
I think that there's so many like that you guys are both so successful and you're both in relationships, and those like sometimes it's just assumed that you don't get the support, or but it's like these guys are great and supportive, but like they're side stories in your amazing careers. It's so nice that you have them, but they help you in your personal lives, but nobody gives you your career like no significant other gives you your career like that. Like that's
If that were the case, you couldn't have a career then. Like
Yeah,
you
exactly.
How do you sustain someone opening the like? I don't know. It's just mind blowing to me. But to wrap it all up in a big bow, when people ask us this question, you just like you pave your own path and you will get there. And honestly, the more that you fall down, the better the story is. The more you learn, the more rejection that there is, the more meaningful. I heard you talking about it in your cover reveal video. The more meaningful it is for that big yes, and that's why. I don't know how old you are, but I got the cover when I was 27, and that's like not normal to like start your modeling career at that age. Like you're supposed to start like when you're before you turn 18. Like
No, it's
so
crazy. I mean, I'm 26. I'm like 80 in modeling years. I'm like an old lady. No, but it's true. I mean, I feel like I was actually thinking about it, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, who am I going to send this to, a signed copy with a note, who didn't believe in me? And then I was like, wait, but I'm actually grateful for the people that said no to me because it like lit a fire under my ass to like do the things that I always wanted to do. And just it motivated me. Like, it's not like haters are my motivators. It's like so stupid, but it's like people telling me you can never do that. I was like, I kind of want to do it if for no other reason than just to prove that I can to myself, not to them, but to myself. And so that's why, you know, I was honored and shocked to be on the cover, but I was also like, when you work really hard and you're good to people, like that is going to be reciprocated. And like, I just feel like you're the same way. And everyone who works with both of us, I know, likes working with us and repeats working with us because there's so many people that work with people once because
we went out of our way to pick both of you guys to come back.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, we got the chicks in the office call. But I just feel like it's amazing. And I literally was completely speechless, and I still am, and I still haven't seen it because it's not actually on stands yet. So I feel like it'll actually hit me then.
When does that happen? Do you know?
I think like Thursday or Friday.
Honestly, you would know more than me.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just counting down the hours. Maybe Thursday at 6 a.m.
I feel like I'm also like manifesting a Nader sister moment next year. Like, can you get everybody together?
I know.
Like, I just
met all the sisters.
Well,
too.
now I've met all of them now, and I'm like, honestly, because you guys do so much together, and it's so cool, and you all like have your own individual looks, but as a unit, when you all get together, it's like so cool. And I know you guys do stuff together and shoots together, but
it's so fun.
I think like a
mother
group SI Nader sister
I like that idea.
Very cool.
I like that idea.
would be
Honestly,
so cool.
I'm manifesting that too because I'm like, listen, you little bitches don't know how hard I work for all this stuff. And I'm like, I had to do all this, that, and the other. Lug my tote to Brooklyn for these stupid test shoots, and you girls are in Milk Studios. Like, I'm like, you just don't get it. I feel like I'm already that parent that's like, when I was your age, and they're just like, we get it. But it's nice because I'm teaching them like about the industry, but also letting them find out for themselves. And I have to stop myself from like saving them from some uncomfortable situations because I want them to get told no and to like feel the rejection a little bit, not too much, but I can't protect them from everything. So I like, they're always asking me questions and advice, and this cover for them, I feel like when I got the cover, like they got the cover. They were freaking, except for the one sister who's always jealous, who you've met. But the other was Gracie on the middle one.
Oh my God,
she was like, wow, oh my God, you're on the cover. I was like, yes,
you guys
I
are
am.
so funny. Meanwhile, Sarah Jane had like you as her phone background
I
last
know.
night. I was like,
she did?
she is so cute. She was like, look, like she was so. It was her phone background.
I saw
it was
Grace
so
Ann
cute.
at the club randomly, like in passing, and she was like. She like came up to me, and obviously I knew who she was because we met. And she was like, "I'm the one with like the Lil Uzi story," and I was like, "I know who you are.
Like, I remember the
trust
identifying
me,
story.
I would never forget this. I would never
She's
forget
like,
you guys
remember me,
coming
babe?
in."
Yeah, she's
so
insane.
funny.
No, it's amazing. It's so funny. And my parents, it's so funny because like we come from like a really humble beginnings and background in like the country in Louisiana. And my parents came up originally because they were going to watch me throw the pitch at the Mets game tonight. And they were like, my dad's like, I always wanted a son. I had 4 daughters. Like, you're living my boy dream. And I'm like, okay, Dad, weird, but okay. So then when they find out I get the cover, they're like, all right, we're staying all week. We canceled everything. They're like, we're going to Miami. We're doing the world tour with you. I'm like, okay, I guess you're staying with me. It's like a family affair. Like literally all 6 of us, as you know. Even when I was swim search and I was just in like one small page, they have come every single year to every single event. They come visit. My dad's like, Camille, want your matcha? Like he's like getting orders for everyone.
Like, is that your dad on FaceTime? Like we all know your
they
family.
love. I mean, it's like literally one big family. My parents are like, they might as well be in Sports Illustrated at this point. Honestly.
So cool.
It is awesome.
We just had Sistine and Sophia Stallone on our show to promote The Family Stallone, and The Family Stallone comes out this week, May 17th. Sylvester Stallone is one of the world's biggest stars. Now see him like never before as a family man. Now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Sly, his wife, and their 3 daughters star in their brand new reality series, The Family Stallone. Get your seat at the table to one of Hollywood's most incredible families and find out why there's truly no place like Stallone. The Family Stallone is now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Go to ParamountPlus.com and use code Stallone to try 1 month free. Terms apply. Once again, ParamountPlus.com and use code Stallone to try 1 month free.
Look, we don't have to get too deep dive because we got to wrap up soon, but I do want to ask you guys, because just not to make Camille upset now.
What?
No, more just because I was gonna say, like, you both are in long-term relationships and successful relationships, and you work your ass off, and I feel like we have a lot of listeners that try to balance like putting yourself first and also having that significant other. How do you guys balance it?
I just put myself first, and I'm like, hey, I don't have time for you right now, and I'll see you in another lifetime when I have time. I need to like prioritize him more. Whenever
because you guys travel a lot too, like it's hard. That's like kind of long distance without being long distance. It's like an in between.
Yeah, it is. It's literally basically like a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
I'm just like in a whirlwind of things right now that it's so bad, but I can't focus on that right now. So I'm like, just support me, and like when I'm crying, just like give me a hug and stay out of my way.
I actually feel like I was in I'm gonna call it the Brooks era of just like, yes, every opportunity that comes, I'm seizing the day, I'm getting it, I'm doing it. And it's no coincidence that this milestone came at this point in your life when you're like hustling like crazy, and everyone who knows you is watching you like crush it and not sleep, like and just go. And I did that, and then I hit burnout. But that cover came at that time where I was just like so hungry, and I was just and I'm still hungry, but I'm hungry with a lot of chill. Like and I'm like, in order for me to be hungry and be good and be focused and truly motivated and find joy in what I'm doing, it got to a point where I wasn't having fun anymore. Like it was like, I have to go to LA. Like instead of being like, I get to do this. Like and now I'm in that place again because I took time off for a little bit. Like it's reminding me of that. I took some time off to rest. And now it's game time, bitches. That's how I feel. Like I'm back in my game time, and like I'm so excited for this launch week because I took some time off to rest, and I just really need it. Like truly, I feel like now I'm bringing out my Megan Fox era. I was talking about my Brooks era. Now my other CoverGirl era is Megan Fox, where I'm like very much about like honing in on like my inner child and spirituality and meditating and mindfulness and just doing what's best for me and my energy. And honestly, one that I'm working on, which I'm finding I'm still radiating heat off my chest, is speaking my truth. And like, and so speaking to relationships, I hustled and did what I need to do, and never slowed up, because that's also why I was so attracted to Rob. Yeah, he did the same. He never even had a serious relationship before me, and for that reason, and so it was able to work, and I think that's why we work so well. But now, with him, he's retired, but he still works so much. But now, like, he literally is sleeping in at the apartment, walking Ralphie while I'm on this like little press tour day, and like I'll see him later, and he'll be there for New York and the Miami launch. Sometimes he was only able to be at the second half of launch, and he comes to my shoots now, and he gets to see what I do instead of just FaceTime and talk about it. It's such a difference if you have the person that you love. If either of you guys have your guy in here, like, to watch you work, it's different than you go home and just talk about it. So it's cool to have him on the scene. I feel like I always say to him, you like 30% knew me, and when I would just tell you about my life. Now I feel like that extra 70% now that you see how I work. Because when we're in the zone working, it's much so different than like our lovable selves at home. Like we're a different woman. Like totally. And it's a very attractive side for either partners to see someone work and hustle and see what they love.
Definitely. That's so true. You got to have like a good balance.
You guys both have amazing dudes, right?
Yeah, they are.
Do they ever come on your podcast?
Well, mine works here.
He works here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but he comes to our shows, like our live shows.
Oh, that's gotta be fun.
Has yours come in?
No, he would rather be a little on the private
behind
side.
the scenes.
Yeah.
So cute. I love
supportive
him.
for sure, but definitely is like, that's your world. I can watch.
Like you won't be able to pull him out on stage at a live show and have him dance.
No.
My God, I would pay to see that. Yeah, get him drunk and do that, both of them.
I'm sure he could be coerced. Yeah. Like now he makes jokes about it. I'm like, no. Also, like,
and then they want it. I know. They're like, wait, but why didn't you?
As soon as I was like, I would never have you do that. He was like, but why? I'm like, well, it's my show.
Do you want to be on it, you weirdo? Yeah, total. Oh my God.
Exactly. I'm like, this is my show. Like,
stay in your lane, babes.
Exactly.
There is a balance, and I think just I've learned that it's very important about like having open communication and being honest about things, even if you're fearful of like what they might think. That's honestly a red flag right there. And I had to learn, I learned that. I kept a lot of things in because I don't like controversy. I don't like upsetting the other person. I'd rather swallow my
I'm the same.
fears
I was the same
and just,
way. Yeah.
Let's just have a great day.
Yeah, we know you're
like,
the opposite.
back off.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, you're so testy. And right now he's like approaching me with such caution because there's like such a packed schedule, and I'll be home and like little curmudgeon, like whatever. And he's like, hey, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, don't talk to me. And he's like,
I'm so open with my
okay.
feelings too.
Yeah, I'm like,
you know exactly what mood I'm
Yeah.
in. I could not be more honest. As a human being.
Total. You should be less honest, if anything.
You know, like you just know exactly how I feel at every time of the day.
Yeah.
Which
that's honestly
Yes,
amazing.
it's good.
You know what you're getting. It's very New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, to wrap up, I'm going to tell you to put your right boob back into your
thanks for giving us a show for an hour.
Dobby
Wait,
too.
I have my arm
Hello.
around this
I know,
thing
Dobby.
the whole interview.
You've been really comfortable with
Isn't
it.
it unfair? Dobby could have his nipple out.
This is not right. I mean, that's a great way to wrap it up. This is a freaking child's top. But
My gosh.
Oh my
But
God,
still
you guys
out.
are so funny.
We love you guys so much.
guys.
Congratulations to
Thank
both
you.
of
We
you.
love you.
Congrats on the cover. We are always rooting for you guys. You
Yes.
guys are so awesome. We love
we
you.
love you
Thank
guys.
you guys.
we love you guys. Woo.
I love how we both don't watch
Oh my
Harry.
God.
We both don't watch Harry Potter. And
I know. We're like, who's Dobby? My grandma.
All right, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back on Friday. Hopefully, the dentist hangover won't be lingering still by Friday. And we'll be in better spirits. And by we, I mean
It'll be
me.
our Friday, first Friday episode.
First
in a
Friday
while.
episode in a while. We'll have the weekly watch report. We'll have one more thing. We got the whole shebang coming to you Friday. Love you guys.